out, we rap a lot. I'm at Sabia, Indian. Again, I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 and 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chiefin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right, now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the freshmen, sophomores,
High school, champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good afternoon to everyone, and welcome to Fletcher Field here at beautiful Woodland Park in Collinsville. We are here because we have a little Kahok baseball action to bring you from the home field as your Collinsville Kahawks get ready to take on the Lancers of Belleville East High School. My name is Todd Duke. Welcome into the pregame show brought to you today by LC's Pub in Caseyville. Great food, great drinks, and great service, all served up daily at LC's Pub in Caseyville. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street is where you will find them. You can give them a call for carry-out orders. Simple phone call, place your order, wait about 15 minutes, go pick it up, easy peasy. 618-855-9007 is their number. Well, Collinsville comes into this contest with a record of 13-18. They are 4-7 in conference play under their fifth-year head coach Brett Swip, who has a record of 69 wins and 90 losses. Belleville East, they are 19-14 on the year. They are 8-3 in Southwestern Conference play. Ryan Wiggs is their head coach. He is in his 10th year in that capacity and has a record of 184 wins, 135 losses. Well, the Kahawks have one more regular season game remaining if Mother Nature cooperates with their scheduled game Saturday morning in Marion. Today's game will end the Southwestern Conference portion of the schedule. Collinsville enters this battle with the Lancers having gone 2-2 in their last 4 games after splitting 2 with O'Fallon, with the later game being a 5-2 win at Blazer Field 1 week ago today. The Kahawks dropped 2 straight with a 5-4 home loss here Monday afternoon against Centralia, and a 7-5 loss at Belleville East the following day. Collinsville got back on track with a 13-3 win yesterday at Busch Stadium in St. Louis following the Cardinals' loss to Detroit. Kahawk senior third baseman Carter Harrington extended his hitting streak to 5 games with a 3-for-4 performance at the plate with a double and 2 runs scored. Juniors Grant Darden, Carson Perrell, and Henry Sterneman all picked up 2 RBIs in that win. 4 Kahok pitchers combined for the win on the mound with 6 strikeouts versus only 1 walk, with junior Tyler Huntebrinker picking up the win in that game at Busch Stadium yesterday. Well, the Lancers have guaranteed themselves a winning record for the 5th straight year, following an 18-18 season in 2019. They have not suffered a sub-500 record since finishing 2017 with a 17-20 record. Belleville East started strong this year, compiling a robust 13-3 record through the team's first 16 games. Then things changed with a 5-3 loss at Rochester back on April the 16th, as the Lancers have gone 6-11 since a 17-0 home win over East St. Louis on April the 15th. That stretch also included a 6-game winless streak that just ended with Tuesday's home win over Collinsville. The Triad Knights made sure the Lancers didn't make it 2 wins in a row, as Triad pounded Belleville East 16-1 yesterday afternoon at Belleville East. The Knights held the Lancers to only 3 hits, while scorching the Belleville East Lancers for 18 hits and putting up 10 first-inning runs. All right, had a chance just a little while ago to catch up with one of the assistant coaches here for the Collinsville Kahok baseball team. That would be Matt Pomerantz. My conversation with Coach Pomerantz will come your way after we take a time out here on the LC's Pub pregame show on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. Are you a collector of sports trading cards and other sports memorabilia? Then you need to check out Rippin' Rookies Cards and Collectibles in Collinsville. Rippin' Rookies specializes in sports cards from all the major sports, MLB, NBA, NFL, plus Star Wars cards and more. Rippin' Rookies buys, sells, and trades cards and other memorabilia, and they have a large selection of single and graded cards. Walk-ins at Rippin' Rookies are welcome, or you can set up an appointment for large collections at sales@rippinrookies.com. Rippin' Rookies, 102 East Clay Street in the Old Herald Complex. Open Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Sundays, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Rippin' Rookies, Collinsville sports card and memorabilia destination. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahok Sports Network, as well as the Kahok Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Collinsville, located at 1008 Vandalia Street, or call Jason Regg at 618-223-5215 or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 1966 Vandalia, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is your one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pitmaster. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning sauces and rubs that supports our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time world champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com or call 618-855-8855.
We love to have you come work for the City of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the City of Collinsville.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahok Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice. Welcome you back into the LC's Pub pregame show here on the Kahawk Sports Network. Our final trip to Fletcher Field out here at Woodland Park. Not that we've had very many of those this year, but we'll take it when we can get it. We are going to wrap up the home portion of the schedule and the Southwestern Conference portion of the schedule as your Collinsville Kahawks get ready to take on the Lancers of Belleville East. Joining us now, Matt Pomerantz, one of the assistant coaches with Kahawk baseball in his 5th year in that position. All right, Coach, so 2003 graduate of Collinsville High School. You played under the legendary Steve McFall. So tell me, what did you learn from Steve that you not only use now, but you also used when you were the head coach at Metro East Lutheran?
That's a very, very good point. And yes, I did play under Steve McFall. Something he really stressed and taught us was mental toughness of the game. Take it pitch by pitch, take it play by play, make adjustments when needed, and always be strong for yourself and for your team as well too.
Yeah, because baseball, is a part athleticism and part in between the ears, and people don't seem to remember that part.
That's a huge part of the game that I think that we need to develop more and more, and that's what Collinsville Kahawk baseball looks to do, is in between the ears and the athleticism, the skill set and development too.
All right, your son Roman is a sophomore on this year's team. How much fun is it coaching and watching your son play Kahawk baseball?
That's a great question. It really depends upon the day, to be honest with you. I am a very, very competitive individual, and it takes a lot of knowing when to be the parent, when to be the coach. I'm coaching between the lines all day, every day, and then I got to learn to be parent a little bit better sometimes whenever I'm at home. So it's been fun. It's been fun. It's stressful at times as well too, but I think we both handled it pretty well this year.
All right, let's go backwards in time, back to yesterday, 13-3 win over Carbondale at Busch Stadium. Pretty cool experience for the players.
It was an amazing experience, not just for the case of winning the baseball game by 13-3 score, but because every single player either got to hit at Busch Stadium or got to field, and we did it with a team effort. It was really, really fun, and a lot of the parents got to be involved, a lot of the players got to be involved, a lot of cheering on the sidelines as well, too, so it was a great experience for all of Kahawk baseball.
All right, so senior Carter Harrington went 3 for 4 in that game. He now has a hit streak of 5 straight games, 8 for 18 during that stretch, 4 extra base hits, and a home run versus Centralia in that little bit of a stretch. How cool is that to watch?
It's been amazing to watch. Carter's transformation from when we had him as a freshman for one game up into where he's at as a senior it's been phenomenal. He is a very coachable kid, very athletic kid, and he just wants to get it done for his team. He's been able to do that on the mound and at the plate as well, too. It's been amazing.
All right, let's go back a little further to the day before the Busch Stadium game, 7-5 loss at Belleville East. You guys had a 4-1 lead going into the 4th inning of that game before the Lancers scored a couple in the 4th and 4 more in the 5th to kind of flip the script. So give me your thoughts on that game.
Yeah, it was just a couple different pitches that we like to have back. Like I said earlier, pitch by pitch, we'd like to have a couple different adjustments. But I will say, at the end of the game, we had bases loaded. We had an opportunity. It didn't go our way. Sometimes that's baseball, but we did compete. Hopefully today we can get the rubber match under our belts and get that win.
Yeah, well, you got Belleville East today, and then you get them again on Wednesday in the playoffs. And I always ask, because it seems to happen a lot in high school sports, where you play a team and then days later you're playing them in the playoffs. So how much do you not want to tip your hand, and how much do you want to hold some guys back?
That's a case-by-case scenario, but you're exactly right. It's huge. There's going to be a lot of information that's received from both teams today, and it's probably going to be utilized for Wednesday. So those practices in between are going to be crucial. We're going to keep our hand a little bit concealed, but at the same time, we want to win this baseball game as well, too. So we're going to do everything we can as a team to win the game.
All right, so knowing that going into this one, what's the game plan? Let's start with, what did you guys learn from the first meeting against Belleville East that you can use here today?
I think the first thing that we can learn today is, or from the last game, is that our pitch selection might be a little bit different today than what we saw on Tuesday. And then a little bit more of a team-based approach whenever we're at the plate as well, too. You might see us play a little bit more small ball. You might see us do a little bit more hitting and running. We're expecting to see one of the top pitchers within the area in Belleville East, so we kind of have a game plan on what we want to do against them. And hopefully if we can go ahead and perform the way that we think we can, then we'll come out with the W.
All right, so I know you guys want to get the win, but what do you really want to see out of your players here today as you wrap up the end of the season?
More than anything, I just want to continue to see the development. I want to see the culture of Kahok baseball, and I just want us to see all of our guys compete as a team and go for each other, whether that's on the bench and cheering, whether that's out in the field. I just want us to continue to develop the Kahok baseball culture, and to know that whenever you play Kahok baseball and we bring our A game as a team, then we're a really tough team to compete with.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck today.
All right, thanks, Todd. Appreciate it.
Matt Pomerantz, one of the assistant coaches here for your Kahok baseball team. We'll take a break here on the LC's Pub pregame show. When we come back, we'll throw starting 9 for each side and stats, all that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. To celebrate the life of your loved one should be as special as the person they represent. That's why you will always find the staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville ready to go the extra mile to meet the needs of you and your family during those times. For over 100 years, Her Funeral Home has been there for Collinsville and the surrounding communities. Of the many arrangements made after losing a loved one, the first is the selection of a funeral home. The staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville can help with that planning. Call Her Funeral Home in Collinsville at 618-344-0187. Her Funeral Home, serving Collinsville families for over 100 years. 618-344-0187. Got questions about Medicare? If you're approaching the age of 65, the answer to that question is a resounding yes. Bill Holton is a former Collinsville Raider and Kahok football player and is now an independent broker with Senior Health Plans. And he can answer all of those tough questions when it comes to Medicare. Which plan, which part, what's covered, and what's not. If you're approaching the age of Medicare and need those questions answered, let Bill Holton get you those answers. Bill Holton with Senior Health Plans. Call him today at 618-978-2306 or email Bill Holton at william.holton@yahoo.com. VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is one of the area's longest-running VFW posts. VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is your place to meet and join other area veterans. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville offers all kinds of activities to help our veterans, as well as engaging the public with fun, food, fellowship, and a great time for great causes. Blood drives, fundraisers, raffles, and a Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday night. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville has event space for your parties, celebrations, and other get-togethers. For more information, check out the VFW Post 1117's Facebook page or call the Caseyville VFW at 618-344-9878. Looking for a new place to catch the game with cold drinks and great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar and Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large screen TVs to catch the latest Kahok games and all the pro sports across the spectrum, plus all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Call 1101 Bar and Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting collinsvillefoundation.com.
Well, once again, we welcome you back here to Fletcher Field at Woodland Park in Collinsville. It is the home finale for your Collinsville Kahawks as they get ready to take on the Belleville East Lancers. And here, as promised, are your starting lineups. Of course, Belleville East will bat first, so we'll begin with the Lancers. They will lead off with Reed Newmeyer. He will lead off and play left field. Batting second is Tommy Kramkowski. He will be the pitcher, and he will be the DH, so if he gets taken off the pitcher's mound, he'll remain in the lineup as the DH. Caden Kagas will bat third and play first base. In the cleanup spot is Grady Davis. He bats fourth and plays shortstop. Batting in the number 5 spot and playing third base is Gabe Kashecki. And following him, Brody Lindeman will be behind the plate and batting sixth. Batting seventh is the right fielder, Nasil Ferris. Batting in the 8th spot, Luke Monroe. He'll play second base, and batting ninth and playing center field is Jalen Jones. For your Collinsville Kahawks, when they come up in the bottom half of the first inning, they will lead things off with Carter Harrington, who will be the designated hitter today. He'll be hitting for Benjamin Tillman, who will be doing the catching behind the plate, but won't be batting in this contest, at least not right off the bat. Braden Henson bats second and plays left field. Adam Bovinette is over at first base, and he'll be batting third. Luke Robinson is in the cleanup spot today and holding down duties in center field. The right fielder and batting fifth is Carson Perrell. Lucas Owen is batting sixth and playing second base. Henry Sterneman will bat seventh and hold down the duties at the hot corner at third base. Will Swip is on the mound, and he will bat eighth, and Grant Darden will be playing shortstop and batting in the number 9 spot. We will take another final break here, and when we come back, we will throw some stats your way and first pitch. All that and much more coming up here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, And classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And, just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium-sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville.
Once again, we welcome you back here to Fletcher Field. Didn't know the meeting at the home plate was going to take that long, so I figured we would come back and at least give you the numbers for today's starting pitchers. For the Belleville East Lancers, Tommy Kramkowski will be getting the start tonight. This will be his 9th game and his 9th start, so apparently he only comes in and starts. He does not have any complete games on the year, but he does have a 2-4 record, 31 2/3 of an innings pitched, and he has a sparkling earned run average of 1.77 on the year, and he has struck out 40 and only walked 8 on the year. So Tommy Kramkowski was who Coach Pomerantz there at home plate talking to the umpires and talking things over with the opposing skipper in Ryan Wiggs. He was talking about in the pregame interview. Will Swip will be his opponent. Will Swip is going to be in his 8th game. He will be starting his 4th game. He has 1 complete game under his belt, and that was just last week, I believe. He is 3-0 on the year with a 2.26 earned run average, and his strikeout to walk ratio, 11 strikeouts and 13 walks on the year. So Will Swip versus Tommy Kramkowski. We will take one final timeout as they announce the lineups here at Fletcher Field, followed by the national anthem, and then we will come back and have first pitch heading your way. We'll do all that after we take another timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-4600
5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
Once again, welcome back to Fletcher Field. My name is Todd Duke, wrapping up our version of the baseball season. Cardinals Kahawks have one more game left on the schedule. That's Saturday morning at 11 o'clock in Marion, but we'll see if Mother Nature has other plans because, unfortunately, for the upcoming 3-day weekend, there is rain in the forecast for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and that'll also affect Belleville East because their season finale is at 10 o'clock Monday morning against Highland, so they have to play on Memorial Day. We have a game for you on Memorial Day as well. We have playoff action Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Volleyball Monday from Belleville East. We have softball Tuesday from Belleville West. And then we have baseball. These same two teams will meet each other Wednesday afternoon at Blazer Field in O'Fallon. So we are not quite done with our spring broadcast schedule as of yet. All right, I gave you the lineups. How about a little defensive setup here for Collinsville? Braden Hinson will be out in left field. Luke Robinson in center field. Carson Perrell out in right field. Henry Sterneman is at third base. Grant Darden is at shortstop. Lucas Owen is at second base. Adam Bovenet is at first base. And Will Swip is on the mound, and he'll be throwing to Benjamin Tillman as Reed Newmeyer gets ready to lead things off here in the top of this first inning. It was sunny most of the day. Now we've had a lot of cloud cover start to move in. They did say that in the forecast today, that the later the day went, the more clouds would be showing up. So we'll have to deal with the intermittent sunshine here with this webcam that does not adjust to light or dark in the blink of an eye. So it'll be bright a little bit sometimes, and then it'll look like it does right now. A little bit of shade and a little milky look in the background. The wind is whipping the American flag down over on that right field line. It is blowing right down the first base line, so the left-handers may have a little bit of fun today if they get one in their wheelhouse, and maybe can send it over there to California Street on the other side of the fence. 310 down the first base line, 312 down the third base line. The deepest part of this ballpark is the left center field alley. That's 375 feet away. Right center field is 360. And here is Reed Newmeyer. He steps up to the plate, ready to get this thing started. Newmeyer coming in, batting .354. He leads this club in the runs batted in category with 27. He's tied for the top spot in triples with 3. He shares that with Tommy Krankowski. And then 35 runs scored for Reed Newmeyer. That is also tops for the Lancers. 4:34, first pitch. Next pitch misses a little bit low, so the first two have missed from Will Swip. The scoreboard's still not working out here at Fletcher Field, so we have to keep track of balls and strikes ourselves. And here comes the next pitch, and that one's down low as well. So a little bit of a struggle here as Newmeyer is up ahead in the count. No strikes, 3 balls. And here comes the 3-0, and that one is right down the middle for a called strike. So 1 strike there for Will Swip. Maybe he can settle down now. The right-hander, son of the head coach Will Swip. And the next pitch to Newmeyer is on the way, swinging a foul ball down the first base side. First base coach trying to skip out of the way. He didn't do a very good job as that hit him right in the sole of the tennis shoes he's wearing down there. Full count now, though, to Newmeyer. 3-2. Swip trying to not let the first guy bat. Come on, and there's a high pop fly. Swip calling for it right off the mound, and he has it for out number 1. That's the way that we get started here. That will bring up Tommy Kramkowski. He's the pitcher of the afternoon here for Belleville East. Also will be the DH in case he has to come out of the game from the pitcher's mound. Kramkowski comes in batting .380 on the year. 26 runs batted in. He was the other one who has 3 triples along with Newmeyer. And from the right side, Kramkowski looks at the first pitch. And Swip looks into Tillman for his sign. And the right-hander brings the next one home. That one is a called strike. Kramkowski from the right side awaits the next from Swip. Here it is. That one's a little outside and low. 2-1 the count. Caden Kagas waits on deck as Swip pitches. Swing and a miss. That'll even things up at 2-2. Zach Roseman has the final home softball game. That one's high. As they finally get around to celebrating Senior Day for the softball team, they have put that off and moved that around so many times it's not even funny. Collinsville taking on Edwardsville over at the sports complex. Here's a high pop fly. This one's into foul territory, but Bovanet ventures off of first base, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. So 2 pop-up outs, one in fair territory, the other in foul territory. And there are 2 away here, and here is Caden Kagas. Kagas on the year batting .340 with 16 runs batted in. He has 1 home run. Leader in home runs is Nasir Ferris with 3. Told you about Newmeyer. He had 2. And the only other one is Angus Gartland, who has a solo shot himself. Or 1 home run. Don't know if it's a solo shot. Kagas takes one a little low and outside. Ball 1. Sun pops back out. And Will Swip is ready with the next delivery. Here it comes. And that one just a little low as well. So 2-0 to Kagas. C-A-G-A-S. That's how you spell the last name, but pronounce it Kagas. He'll be playing first base when Belleville East takes the field for the first time in the bottom of this inning. 3-0 now the count to Kagas. So Swip has fallen behind the first 3 batters he's faced, but he's battled back and got the first 2. Now he's going to have to try to do the same thing here against Kagas with Grady Davis waiting in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. That one's high, so a walk will give us our first base runner of this game. And that will bring up the shortstop, Grady Davis. Davis batting a robust .424 on the year. He leads his ball club in the average category. He also leads the team with stolen bases. He has 18 of them. And he comes in with 21 runs batted in. Kagas, over at first base, has stolen 2 bases this year. That one's a little low. Swip trying to steady himself here and get ahead of some of these batters. He has not gotten ahead of them at all here so far in this first inning. As he tries to settle in, here's the pitch. That one stays high, 2-0. Tillman and Swip want to go out and talk about it for a little bit. Collinsville, the home team, wearing the home whites, got the purple numbers on the fronts and the backs. The word Kahok's written across the fronts of those jerseys, and they have the purple caps with the big white C in the middle of them. Belleville East, they are out here in their multicolored sky blue and midnight blue jerseys. Sky blue numbers on the fronts and the backs. The word East written across the fronts of their jerseys, and they'll have on a multicolored hat of white and blue. Here's a high pop fly. On the move is Luke Robinson. Robinson camps underneath it in center field, and that is the way that the first inning comes to a close. 1 left on base, no hits in the inning, 1 walk, and he was stranded. We now head to the home half of the first inning, and your Kahawks will come to the plate for the first time. We'll tell you all about it when we come back from a timeout here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking. conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
Back here at Fletcher Field at Woodland Park, Collinsville will come up to bat first. Carter Harrington, Braden Hinson, Adam Bovanette will bat in this inning. If anyone can get on, Luke Robinson will have a chance to bat. Told you about Tommy Kramkowski, and his number is a 1.77 earned run average. That's pretty good for high school ball. And behind him, defensively, Reed Newmeyer will be in left field. Jalen Jones is in center field. Nasir Ferris is in right field. And around the horn from the inside, Gabe Kashecki is at third base. Grady Davis is at shortstop. Luke Monroe is at second. Cade Kagas is at first base. Kramkowski on the mound, and he'll be pitching to the catcher, Brody Lindeman. New up first, Carter Harrington. Carter comes into this contest batting .322 on the year, 16 runs batted in. He is tied for the home run lead along with Adam Bovanette. They each have 3. Harrington leads the team in doubles with 6. And he has a 5-game hit streak on the line where he has gone 8 for 18 during that 5-game hitting streak. And right off the bat, Lindeman and Kramkowski want to talk things over. Short conversation. And the right-hander Kramkowski ready to go. Harrington, the right-hander, steps into the plate, and Collinsville will begin their offensive side of things here in this game as Kramkowski pitches, and that one is a little low, ball 1. Carter Harrington, third base, DH, pitcher. He does it all. Swinging a foul ball back to the screen. That'll even things out at 1-1. Kramkowski ready with the next. Here it comes. That one is on the outside corner for a called strike. So Kramkowski ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Carter Harrington. Kramkowski working quickly, and the next pitch, swinging a shot down the third base line. That's fair. That's going to roll all the way down toward the corner. Finally, Newmeyer gets there and throws a strong one in, but standing up at second base is Carter Harrington with a leadoff double. That would be his team-leading 7th double of the year. And Collinsville has their leadoff runner on. There is Braden Hinson. Hinson comes into the game batting .325, 14 runs batted in. He has 1 home run on the year. And if he can get a hold of one here, that'll give Collinsville a quick 2-0 lead. Got to get there first. Kramkowski working from the stretch, dealing with a runner at second base. Checks on Harrington twice, bunts it up in the air, and unable to get there was the second baseman, Luke Monroe, who had the first baseman at the Cade Kagas. Is the second baseman, Monroe, went over to first base to cover, but it's just a strike. Adam Bovanette waits on deck. Harrington, leadoff double down the third base line. And he leads from second. He's checked on by Kramkowski. Brings the next pitch home and squaring around the bunt, pulling the bunt back, but Hinson took a strike anyway, so now he's in an 0-2 hole. And we'll probably have to give up the bunting idea here. A little small ball. He tried to employ it, but... And bluff back to second base. No throw. Harrington back in there. Kramkowski ready with the next. Here it comes. That's low. Ball 1. Harrington smoked a 1-2 delivery down the third base line. Just fair. Fair by about maybe 7 or 8 inches. Kramkowski checks on Harrington at second base and brings one home. Swing and a miss, and off-speed delivery fooled Hinson. He goes down on strikes. First out of the inning. And it's up to Adam Bovanette now. Bovenet batting .372 on the year, 17 runs batted in. Told you he was tied along with Harrington, 3 home runs each. And let's see if the lefty Bovenet can get a hold of one and send it over to California Street. Kramkowski working from the stretch once again. Checks on Harrington twice. Brings it home. Swing and a miss. And Bovenet was going for it. That was a hefty swing there. Adam digs back in from the left side. Kramkowski checks on his runner Harrington at second base. Whirls and throws and throws it into center field, but it hit the glove of Grady Davis and didn't get very far, and Harrington stays put. Oh, and 1 the count against Bovenet. Sun comes back out again. Kramkowski, he's ready, and here's the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball. This one's going to go toward the gap. That's going to bounce up against the wall. Carter Harrington's going to come around to score as Bovenet has a stand-up double. He's down at second base with an RBI stand-up double. Collinsville leads 1-0. That's the way you like to do it.
Number 3, Luke Robinson.
There's Luke Robinson, the center fielder, batting cleanup today. Robinson on the season, batting .319 on the year. He scored 24 runs. That leads the team. He has 9 runs batted in, couple of triples, 4 doubles. He also leads in the stolen base category with 29 steals on the year, and he has not been caught yet. He looks at one inside. Bovenet got a hold of an 0-1 pitch and smoked it out to that 375 marked. A couple of bounces up against the fence. And the next, a bouncing ball gets past the pitcher, but the second baseman has it. And Monroe throws in time for out number 2. That will move Bovenet over to third.
Number 27, Carson Perrell.
And it's up to Carson Perrell now to keep this inning alive. Carson Perrell on the year, batting .395. He leads the club in the average category. Also leads in the RBI category with 24, and he leads in the triple category. He has 5 triples on the year, does Perrell. Here's the pitch, and that one's a little high. Comes back over the plate, but stayed high, ball 1. Lucas Owen on deck. Perrell trying to extend the inning to him. Bovenet 90 feet away with run number 2. Here's the pitch. Perrell pops it up. It's in foul territory. Is it going to stay in the park? Catcher's going to give it a look-see, and it's going to bounce right next to the dugout. And Brody Lindeman tried to track it down the best he could without running into the wall there on that third base side dugout, but just ran out of room. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Carson Perrell. Same 2 teams will meet each other Wednesday afternoon at O'Fallon with a playoff spot at stake. Regional semifinal for a chance to move on to the regional championship game. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Perrell. Outside, but a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to the right fielder for Collinsville, Carson Perrell. Big gap, and Bovenet bluffs. Now a bouncing ball that's going to get past the third baseman as Kashecki had to go back to the bag as Bovenet looked like he was going to try to steal home, came back, and that took Kashecki off the bag, and then the ball went right past his outstretched glove as he tried to get back into position.
Second baseman number 14.
So Carson Perrell with an RBI single. Well, that was all Adam Bovenet there, folks. Bovenet made that happen. 2-0 in favor of Collinsville. Here is Lucas Owen. He'll look at one high and outside. Owen batting .246 on the year, 7 runs batted in. As he has Carson Perrell down at first base. Collinsville with a 2-run first inning here against one of the best pitchers in the Southwestern Conference, and Tommy Kramkowski. Throw over to first base, checking on Carson Perrell, and Perrell gets back in time. And Owen looks at one high and outside. Big gap still over in left center field. Center fielder Jalen Jones playing on the other side of second base toward the first base side. And there is a lot of real estate out there. 2-1 the count now to Lucas Owen. Kramkowski ready with another delivery. Here it comes. And a little off-speed pitch stays high. That's the one that kind of fooled Braden Henson. 3-1 the count to Owen with Henry Sterneman waiting on deck. Owen, the sixth batter to bat here in this first inning for Collinsville. That one's outside and he walked him. Runners on first and second for Henry Sterneman.
Number 17, Henry Sterneman.
Sterneman batting .391 on the year with 6 runs batted in. We're going to have timeout called as pitching coach for Belleville East wants to go out and talk things over with his pitcher Kramkowski. And the entire infield comes in for this conversation as well. As the 2 base runners for Collinsville, Carson Perrell and Lucas Owen, come in and talk things over with Matt Pomerantz, along with Henry Sterneman. Conversation on the mound is over. Perrell heads back to second base. Owens heads back to first. We'll see if the conversation kind of settles Kramkowski down. 2 away, 2 runners on, 2 runs already home, and the pitch to Owens. Swinging a chopper. Third base side, that's going to get through as well. They're going to go ahead and send Perrell home, and the throw is going to be not in time. And then everybody's going to move up a bag because third base was unoccupied, as the shortstop had to come in and try to cover third base because Kashecki was on the infield trying to take the play from the outfield. And Collinsville picks up another. And the Kahawks lead 3-1. 3-0, excuse me. RBI base hit by Owen, or excuse me, by Sterneman. Owen made it all the way down to third base. Sterneman made it all the way down to second on the throw into home. And here is pitcher Will Swip. Swip on the year batting .239. 9 runs batted in, 1 home run on the year. And the pitch is in there for a called strike. Four base hits, 2 doubles, 2 singles. Have given Collinsville their 3 runs. And Swip is in an 0-2 hole. Kramkowski, he's ready. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Will Swip. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Kramkowski, but Collinsville gets 3 runs across the plate on 4 base hits. They leave 2 runners on. We will head to the top of the second inning. Belleville East, will see what they can do when they come up to the plate in their next at bat here on the Kahok Sports Network. The Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville presents the Sports Page Lounge. Come check out Collinsville's newest destination for your sports viewing pleasure. The Sports Page Lounge features a 14-foot 9-screen video wall with games across the spectrum, from college football and basketball to the NFL, NHL, Major League Baseball, and NBA. Pair that with tastefully crafted libations from the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, and you have the perfect atmosphere for your sports viewing pleasure. The Sports Page Lounge, next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery at 115 Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 618-855-8027 for more information. The Sports Page Lounge, a new experience for sports lovers in Collinsville.
probably the largest purchase you'll ever make. We have 5 agents on our team.
We cover about an hour radius around St. Louis.
We grew up here. We know every town like the back of our hands.
Our job as realtors is helping someone find their dream home, whether it's a family or an individual. We just want to do everything that we can to keep the process as simple and as stress-free as possible for you.
The Blaylock Group, the official realtors of the Kahok Sports Network and Kahok Athletics.
Gabe Kashecki will lead things off here in the top of the second inning, and he does so with a bouncing ball. Third baseman Sterneman's up with a nice throw. He took him off the bag. Balvanet's foot came off the bat. Umpire said he was safe. So Belleville East trying to begin their comeback.
Brody Lindemann.
And here is Brody Lindemann. They're going to talk things over. The umpires are. They both agree that he's still safe, though. And here is Brody Lindemann, the catcher. Will Swip wants a new ball. Lindemann batting .363 on the year with 21 runs batted in, Kashecki, by the way, came in with the lowest batting average of Belleville East this year with a .227 average with 5 runs batted in. Lindemann, he'll send it to the pitcher's mound. Swip over to first for 1, back to second for 1, double play. How about a 1-4-3 twin killing?
Batting 7th, right fielder number 28, Nasir Ferris.
Well, how about that? Collinsville turns their 12th double play of the year, and that changes things dramatically here. We go from a 1 out, or nobody out and 1 on, to no 1 on and 2 away. And here is Nasir Ferris. Ferris on the year batting .315. 27 runs batted in. That's tied for the team lead with Newmeyer. And 3 home runs on the year for Ferris. That is the tops for the Lancers this year. And the pitch is well over the head there of Ferris. 2-1 the count to the Lancers right fielder. Swip, he delivers. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Swip ready with the next delivery. Here it comes. Swinging a shot foul down the third base side. That one goes out into the woods here at Woodland Park. Looked like Cal Swartz was ever going to go chase that ball, and Pomeranz was like, man, that's lost. Good luck. Here's the next pitch. Swinging a pop fly. This one's on the infield. Adam Bovanet calls for it right where, he got called off by Lucas Owen, who will take it in for out number 3 and turns into a 1-2-3 inning after a nicely turned double play. Collinsville will come up and bat in the bottom of the second when we come back from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahok Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks! Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site, right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com.
The only Kahok that didn't get to bat in the first inning was Grant Darden, and he is first pitch swinging, and he flies out to Reed Newmeyer out in left field. So 1 pitch, 1 out here to start the 7th. And back to the top of the lineup, and Carter Harrington. Harrington led off with a double, came around to score on Adam Bovinet's double. Well, let's see if he can do that again. Harrington, first pitch swinging as well, fouls one off the top of the screen right behind home plate. Kramkowski peers over his glove, and the windup and the pitch, and that one hits the outside corner. 0-2 the count to Harrington. Braden Henson waits on deck. Timeout called. And now we're ready to go. Kramkowski delivers the 0-2. Down low, 1-2. Kramkowski peers over that glove and brings home the next. Swinging a pop foul out of play. That one's heading out to the street. There was a car going in each direction back there, too. Count remains 1-2. Next pitch on the way to Harrington. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Third strikeout of the afternoon for Kramkowski. And it's up now to Braden Henson if you want to keep this inning alive. Henson was a strikeout victim his first time up, as Kramkowski had 2 strikeouts in that first inning. And the pitch to Henson is in there for a called strike. Kramkowski works quickly. I like it. Swinging a chance for the shortstop. Davis is up with it. Throws, and a 1-2-3 inning for Kramkowski and the Lancers of Belleville East High School. We will now head to the top of the 3rd inning. Collinsville, by virtue of a 3-run first inning, still leads this one by a score of 3-0. Back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Diamonds for Kahawks is a facility improvement project to develop a baseball, softball, and football/soccer field for CHS students and our communities to utilize. The project includes 2 baseball fields, 2 softball fields, a soccer/football field, concession stand, bathrooms, and parking. The development of this facility will benefit the band, PE classes, baseball team, softball team, and soccer team with a centralized location, ease of access, and an eye-catching complex. Please contact A.D. Clay Smith to donate to this project or visit the Collinsville Area Community Foundation website to make your tax-deductible donation today.
Bottom of the order, Luke Monroe and Jalen Jones. Then back to the top of the order here in the top of the 3rd, and Reed Newmeyer. And Luke Monroe looks at a called first strike. And Monroe on the year, batting .235 with a couple of runs batted in. He'll look at another one on the outside corner for a called strike, and Will Swip is humming right now. Swip says yes to the offering by Tillman. Here's the next pitch, and that one's a little low. Jalen Jones waits on deck. Sun ducks behind another cloud here. And the next pitch is high, 2-2. A little chilly for this time of year. It's supposed to be a high of 67 today, and the normal temperature this time of year is 77. Got that breeze blowing too. When the sun ducks behind the clouds, that one almost offered at there by Monroe. When the sun ducks behind the clouds, you can feel the difference. And looking behind me to the west, there's a lot more clouds behind me than there is in front of me. Here's a chance for Sterneman, but it bounces right off of his glove, and then it goes to Darden at shortstop, but he just ate it. He didn't have enough time to do anything with it.
Batting ninth, center fielder number 11, Jalen Jones.
And a runner at first now for Jalen Jones. Jones on the year batting .254, 10 runs batted in. He stands in from the right side and looks at one outside. Sterneman. Yeah, that one bounced right off his glove, so he'll get charged with an error. As he is all the way in on the grass expecting a bunt, and Jones looks like he wants to oblige, and that's the second time that Will Swip has missed the mark, so 2-0 now to Jones. As Belleville East is trying to play some small ball here and just get a runner into scoring position. Here's the pitch, and that one's down low as well, so 3-0 now the count to the number 9 batter, Jones. Luke Monroe over at first base has one steal on the year. Here's the pitch. That one is in there for a called strike. Right across the numbers, or the letters, whichever the case may be. Swip, he deals and swinging another base hit. So the first two have reached base here in the top of the third inning for Belleville East. Their second hit of the afternoon. And back to the top of the order we go here to Reed Newmeyer. Newmeyer popped up to the pitcher Swip in his first at bat. And now runners at first and second for Newmeyer. He steps in from the left side. Swip from the stretch, checks on his runner at second and brings it home. Bunt down the third base side, but foul. Tommy Karamkowski waits on deck. Kahok's got a double play in the last inning. Sure could use one right about now. Heck, I'd even go for a triple play. And Swip steps off. How about the old 5-6-3 triple play? How about that one? Let's dial that up. Bunt and inside. And boy, I tell you what, Luke Monroe was about halfway between second and third before he decided to go back to second. One and one now the count to Reed Newmeyer. Runners have their leads. Monroe from second, Jones from first. Newmeyer looking for something to hit or maybe bunt as he squares around again. Bunts that one down the first base side. That one's going to roll foul as well. And now the count 1-2 against Newmeyer. I had the right idea. It hit that grass on the left side of that first base chalk line, and once it did that, it rolled back out because it's kind of a little bit of a slant there. It rolled back over to the right side of the chalk line. Now Newmeyer will probably not be bunting with a 2-strike count against him. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Swip checks on Monroe at second, brings the next pitch home, swinging a foul ball down the first base side. Swip nods his head yes to the offering from Tillman. And the pitch is on the way. Outside, ball 2, 2-2. Newmeyer wanted to know the count as well. Scoreboard's not working here, so the umpire tells him with the fingers, 2-2. Swing. Ooh, I thought he was going to swing. Didn't. Outside, full count. Now the third base coach also wants to know what the count is. 3-2, everybody's in agreement. Here's the pitch, swinging a high fly ball. And on the move is Luke Robinson, and he reaches up and makes the catch, tagging from second. And going into third is Luke Monroe. So now runners at the corners.
Pitcher number 22, Tommy Kronkowski.
I don't know why this says there's 2 outs there. 1 away. And here is Tommy Kronkowski, who fouled out just off of the first base bag to Adam Bovanet in his first plate appearance. Runners on the corners. Collinsville up 3-0, trying to keep it that way. Double play would make sure of that. Let's have another one of those. And a step off, and really not even a bluff over to third. Swip, he's ready. And the pitch to Kramkowski. That one is in there for a strike. Throw down to second base. Not in time. Throw back home. Is in time, and he is out of there. Oh, he called him safe. Oh, man, oh, man. I thought that got there in plenty of time. Ryan Warnicki's going to come out and try to say something. Now he's going to give way to Matt Pomerantz. And, you know, you're not going to win the argument, but it doesn't hurt to try. I thought for sure he was out, man. I called him out, and I thought the umpire called him out at first as well. And then it got changed over to a safe call. Yeah. Pomerantz, like an explanation. He's like, you know, we all saw the same thing, and then you called him out, and looked like he called him out. And then all of a sudden he was safe. At any rate, you're not going to change the umpire's mind. So Monroe comes home. Jalen Jones stole second base, and Monroe broke home after that. The throw looked pretty good. And then while everybody was scratching their heads, Jones made it all the way over to third base. Well, now Pomerantz is going to talk things over with the fielding umpire as well. But again, it's going to be to no avail. They're not going to change their mind. They're not going to change the call. Call New York. Yeah, there you go. Chris Keller over here making funnies. Call the central office in Alton, have him look at it. Yeah, I hear you. Some fans are like, come on, let's get going here. You're not going to win the argument, so you might as well just give it up and go back to the dugout and let's get on with this game. Runner at third base, 1 away. So, I don't know. That's what they're saying, that he blocked the plate. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I thought he was out. That's why I called it like I saw it. Now all the conversations are over. And it's still a full count to, Kramkowski's up there now. Never mind. I'm not even sure what the pitch was. I think it was a strike, if I remember correctly. There's a shot, and that's going to score a run too. So all that, and Kramkowski's up there just chomping at the bit, waiting to get his at-bat. And his at-bat pays dividends on an RBI single. And it's now 3-2 in favor of Collinsville. And that'll bring up Caden Kagas. Kagas walked in, was stranded in his only at bat. And Swip back from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Down low. Only one out. Double play would be nice to get out of this inning and still have a lead. Pitch to Kagas. Oh, hit him.
Shortstop number 12, Grady Davis.
Well, now runners on first and second and one out. And here is Grady Davis, who flew out to Luke Robinson to end the first inning. I don't know, man. Didn't look like Kakas did a spectacular good job of trying to get out of the way of that pitch. Almost looked like he stuck his arm out there and got hit in the bicep. Swing and a miss by Davis. Swip checks on his runners, brings the pitch home, and a shot down the third base side, but foul. And Swip ahead in the count. 0-2 to Grady Davis, the shortstop. Gramkowski leads from second. Kagas from first. Pitch, strike three called. Second out of the inning, and that's a big out.
Third baseman number 1, Gabe Kashecki.
First strikeout of the game for Will Swip. And here is Gabe Kashecki, who singled his first time up, but then was erased on that double play in the second inning. Here's the pitch outside. Swip checks on his runner again. And the pitch on the way. Swinging a shot to Sterneman over at third, and all he has to do is step on the bag. And that goes 5 unassisted on the putout. And that ends the inning, but Belleville East, they played a couple runs here in this inning as we now head to the home half. Why does it still say bottom of the second? We're in the third. Now we're in the third. Bottom of the third is where we are, and we will be right back to tell you all about the bottom of the third inning after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahok Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010.
Yeah, the heart of the order coming up here for the Kahawks. The number 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Adam Bovenet, Luke Robinson, and Carson Perrell. If anyone can get on, Lucas Owen will have a chance to bat as Tommy Kramkowski goes back out for his third inning worth of work. Matt Pomerantz still talking to the home plate umpire. Bovenet. RBI double in his first at bat.
Leading off the Kahawks in the bottom of the third, first baseman number 9, Adam Bovenet.
So Bovenet, we'll see if he can get on and get over his couple of runs back that Collinsville gave up in the top half of the third. And the pitch to Adam as he held up, and yeah, I don't even understand that. You have a left-handed batter who takes a partial swing, and they ask the umpire, who's down the first base line, what he saw, and he's not even in a good position to make a judgment call on that one, so it's a ball. And the next one is inside, ball 2. That's the problem when you only have one umpire in the field. Stands down the first baseline waiting for a play at first base, and those left-handed batters, man, all he sees is their backside. Here's the next pitch, and that one misses as well. So 3-0 the count to Balvanette. Luke Robinson waiting on the on-deck circle, or the on-deck spot, so to speak. Here's the that one's in there for a strike. Took a minute for the umpire to acknowledge that, yeah. 3-1 the count now to Adam Balvanette. And the pitch on the way. Swinging a high fly ball. That's going to be out of play. Just over the fence. Giving chase over there was Kashecki. Well, just a long strike. Full count, though, to Balvanette. All the big wigs are here. Clay Smith's here. Dr. Skurdich. Colton Rhodes, the football coach, and next year will be the assistant athletic director. They're all having a little powwow. Pitch to Balvanette, and that one is where? Oh, I guess now it's 3-2. Okay. Balvanette's ready. Kramkowski ready as well. And the pitch is on the way. Swing and a miss, and Balvanette down on strikes. He thought that the catcher dropped the ball and started heading to first, but that was not the case. One out. Fourth strikeout on the afternoon for Kramkowski. And that'll bring up Luke Robinson. Luke grounded out to the other Luke, the other second baseman named Luke. Or no, he's the center fielder. Never mind. Lucas, I'm thinking of. Well, he grounded out to the second baseman, Luke Monroe, his first time up. That's what I was getting at. Kramkowski. Righty is ready. Squaring around to bunt is Robinson, and he bunts it foul. Home plate umpire does a little housekeeping. And the next pitch from Kramkowski on the way, outside. One ball, 2 strikes to count to Robinson. Carson Perrell waits on deck. Here's the next pitch, swing and that one gets away from the catcher. It was a strikeout, but it got away from the catcher. He didn't have any idea where it was. So, instead of an out, we have a runner at first. And here is Carson Perrell. RBI single for Perrell and his only at bat so far. Hey, Andy Sidwell's here too. Perrell looking for something to drive here. Here's the pitch outside, ball 1. Myself and Andy Sidwell work together at Hollywood Heights. Of course, Sidwell, a former baseball coach here at Collinsville. Also played baseball and soccer for Collinsville back in the day. 2004, I think he graduated. Throw over to first base, and Luke Robinson back in time. Here's the next pitch to Perrell. And a throw down to second base, not in time. Or is it? It slid over the bag, didn't he? Wow, wow, wow. Out number 2, yeah, slid right over the bag, and the second baseman, Luke Monroe, had to jump up to catch the ball, but he came back down and applied the tag just as Robinson was sliding over the bag. So Robinson, the first time he's been caught stealing this year, had 29 steals before being caught on the 30th attempt. So Perrell up there with the bases empty and nobody on, and he swings through one. 2-2 the count. Lucas Owen waiting on deck, but Perril's got to get on to extend the inning. Swinging a little Q-tip shot down the first base side, goes foul. As Perril digs back in, Kramkowski goes back to work. Here's the pitch, high. Full count to the Kahok right fielder, Carson Perril. Kramkowski ready with the next delivery, swinging a high fly ball. Foul territory, calling it is Kagas, and he has it, and the inning comes to a close on the foul pop-up. Collinsville 3 and Belleville East 2. We now head to the top of the fourth inning, and we'll be back to tell you all about it when we come back from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahawkSports.com and the Kahawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
The catcher, Brody Lindemann, will lead things off here for Belleville East in the top of the fourth. Will Swip pitches, and it stays a little low. Lindemann was the one who grounded into the 1-4-3 double play in the second inning. As Swip delivers again. This one is outside for a called strike. 1-1 the count. Bottom part of the order up here for Belleville East. That one's inside. 6, 7, 8, and 9 hitters. If the 6, 7, or 8 can get on, ninth hitter will have a chance to bat. Swinging a high fly ball. This one is going to be trouble. That one's going to land in fair territory down the first baseline. And Lindemann is going to be on with a leadoff stand-up double. That one just barely hit down in fair territory. Carson Perril had a long way to go to try to get that one and just could not catch up with it. Reached out that glove, and it probably missed his glove by about 6 inches. We'll have a courtesy runner here for Lindemann as Logan Faust comes into the game as the courtesy runner.
Courtesy running for the catcher at second base for 13, Logan Faust. Now batting.
Here is Nasir Ferris.
28, Nasir Ferris.
And he popped up to Lucas Owen at second base in his only at bat. So the tying run is on at second base. No one out. Swip checks on the runner, brings it home, swinging a shot to center field. Line drive right to Luke Robinson. Kind of hesitated there to run in on the ball. Thought it might have been hit a little harder, and then he had to come in and fall to his knees to make that catch.
Second baseman,
One out.
Luke Monroe.
There is Luke Monroe. Monroe reached on an error and scored in that 2-run third inning. Jalen Jones waits on deck, the number 9 hitter in the order for the Lancers. Swip has the sign from Tillman. Looks at his runner at second, brings one home. Outside, ball 1. Swip has a new sign. brings the next one home. Swinging a high fly ball. On the move, Braden Henson, and he's not going to get there as him and Robinson collide. And here comes a play at the plate. This one is going to be offline. Throw down to third base is going to be in time. And Monroe is out. And both of the outfielders, Henson and Robinson, are laying on the ground hurt. I think their heads collided. And they're calling for some folks to come out there to look at this one. So we're going to go ahead and take a timeout and let everybody figure everything out. We don't want to be around for injury things. So we'll be back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Collinsville Daily News, the new online source for everything newsworthy in and around Collinsville. This news source is designed to be the heartbeat of the Collinsville community and is owned and operated by members that live in this area. The Collinsville Daily News generates their revenue with local support from the community in which they serve and from advertising. They do not charge to read their content, so you'll never run into one of those annoying paywalls. Not only that, but the Collinsville Daily News offers free classified advertising. You have items you want to buy, sell, or trade? It's free to post. Wedding or engagements announcements, as well as obituaries, all free at CollinsvilleDailyNews.com. Plus, they have the content that matters most. Collinsville news you need to know, coverage of Kahok sports, and a keen eye on city news. The Collinsville Daily News also has an event tab that allows you to find out what is going on in and around the region for you and your family, the heartbeat of the community. Helping readers make sense of an increasingly chaotic world. Check them out at CollinsvilleDailyNews.com, on social media sites Facebook and Instagram. The heartbeat of this community is the Collinsville Daily News. Looking for someone to help get your house in tip-top shape? Look no further than former Kahok Kara Gray with Clean Living Cleaning Services. From bathrooms to kitchens to garages to bedrooms and even commercial spaces, Clean Living is your place to go. Clean Living guarantees expert-level work done by expert-level cleaners. No matter how much grit, how much grime, let Clean Living shine. For more information, check out the Clean Living Cleaning Services on Facebook or call 618-979-9634. A clean space is a happy place. Clean Living Cleaning Services, 618-979-9634. Looking for something to get your high school student involved in? Maybe joining the Collinsville Kahok Trap Team is that something. Created in 2017, the Collinsville Kahok Trap Team has joined a long line of area schools in one of the fastest growing and safest sports in the country. Trap shooting is a fun, team-oriented outdoor sport that offers friendship, competition, and teamwork, all in a safe and fun environment that encourages students to be part of a team in which they will learn valuable skills and are encouraged to engage in community involvement through volunteering and mentoring. If Collinsville Trap sounds like something your student would be interested in, call Collinsville Trap at 618-795-9893 or visit Collinsville Kahok Trap on Facebook. Caseyville VFW Post 1117 Auxiliary supports the VFW with post projects and fundraiser events. The Caseyville VFW Auxiliary also provides donations and sponsorship for Veterans in Need, Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis, the Caseyville Food Pantry, outreach programs, summer lunches for students in the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and now the Kahok Sports Network. Plus, sponsoring CHS programs like band, theater, and sports. If you would like to provide support or join the Caseyville VFW Auxiliary, contact the Caseyville VFW Post 1117 at 618-344-9878. Is it finally time to start doing what you've been talking about doing for years? Start making those plans right now and let Northwestern Mutual help you plan your future. Former Kahok Joe Philpott can help you get started with that plan today. Joe Philpott, a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual, can help build a plan specifically for you with a wide range of financial options and the flexibility to change that plan as your priorities change. To get started on your future, give Joel Philpott a call today at Northwestern Mutual's Fairview Heights office at 618-606-2022. Spend your life living with Northwestern Mutual. Call Joel Philpott today, 618-606-2022. Well, we are back here at Fletcher Field, and we have nothing good to tell you about, but we don't have anything to tell you about at all, really, because both Braden Henson and Luke Robinson are still out there in the outfield. You can see, looks like, I don't know if it's Henson or Robinson. One of them is actually sitting up, and one of them still kind of laid out there. Clay Smith is out there on his phone. Colton Rhodes trotted out there as well.
And we really don't know what's going on. We don't have any updates. I just didn't want to keep on playing commercials. So we figured we would bring things back here for a little bit. But right now we're at a standstill. And an unfortunate standstill at that. Luke Monroe, an RBI base hit that was in no man's land out there in left field, and both Braden Henson and Luke Robinson dove for the ball at the same time, and from my vantage point, it looks like their heads hit each other. And I don't know about the rest of you, but that's never a fun thing. Looks like both players are sitting up now at least. Clay Smith is walking back over toward the dugout. And we'll figure out what they have going on here. I don't think there's an athletic trainer here at this game because Collinsville also has a home volleyball match going on today and, of course, the softball game going on over at the complex. And so that leaves everybody a little short of athletic trainers. Matt Pomerantz now coming in off the field, and we can hear sirens in the background. I heard that somebody said they had to call an ambulance, so that's how bad things are out there, folks. Other than that, we don't know much else, so we're going to just turn down the microphone here, and I don't want to just keep on playing commercials. And I know I can't focus in on anything out there, not that I would anyway, but it's not a good thing. So we're just going to turn the microphone down and wait for things to get back to whatever they're going to be after this incident. So I'll be back here as soon as I know something or as soon as we get back to play, whatever happens first. Well, as you can see, the paramedics have arrived on scene here. Ambulance and a fire truck, both out to our right. And obviously, we still don't know what's going on because they're not going to let us know up here in the press box. So all we know right now is Braden Henson and Luke Robinson collided out in shallow left field. And it looked like their heads made contact with each other. And now the other two paramedics are going to bring a stretcher onto the field. So that's all we know right now. I'm going to turn the sound down once again and just kind of let things be the way they are because I just don't want to keep on playing commercials. Back here at Fletcher Field, both Braden Henson and Luke Robinson are being transported by ambulance to a hospital. And the team is now meeting out in shallow left field where all this took place. And now we're going to wait to see what decision is going to be made, whether this game is going to continue or not. I know that it's going to be tough for these kids to try to get their heads back into a game, so it would not surprise me if they didn't continue this game, but we'll find out here in a moment. Clay Smith out there in the infield talking to the coaching staff from Belleville East, and the players are all heading back onto the field. And it looks like some of these guys are staying out there like they're going to continue this game. But I don't know anything for sure at this moment. Taking their warm-ups, so looks like we are going to yeah. And I would imagine that it's one of those instances where the two injured players are like, don't give up this game on our count.
All right, folks, looks like we'll have a brief warm-up here, and then this game will continue here in a little bit.
So it looks like Roman Pomerantz is going to go out to left field, and Cal Swartz is going to go out to center field. Well, change that. Carson Perrell is going to move over to center field. Cal Swartz is going to move over to right. And Roman Pomerantz is going to be out in left as everybody works to get their heads on straight. And back to work here.
Defensive changes for Collinsville. Kyle Swartz goes to right field. Roland Pomerantz enters in left field, and Perrell moves from right field to center field. Now batting for Belleville East, center fielder number 11, Jalen Jones.
All right. Jalen Jones is going to climb into the batter's box here, and we are going to get back to action. Nobody on. There are 2 outs, and we are tied at 3. And Will Swip, 24-minute delay. And the next pitch to Jones is a little low. So thoughts and prayers with Luke Robinson and Braden Henson. That ball is foul. And all the guys out there and the guys in the dugout as well, because, you know, their heads are swimming right now, thinking about nothing but good thoughts for their two teammates. Swinging a shot out to left field. Pomerantz has it bounce off of his chest. And Jalen Jones is on with a hit. And back to the top of the order in Reed Newmeyer. Newmeyer has popped up to the pitcher and flew out to the center fielder as the runner goes. The throw is not in time, and Jones is safe with a stolen base. Second stolen base on the afternoon for Belleville East. And Swip now has to deal with a runner at second. And the pitch. Swing and a ball that gets away. It's a foul ball, the umpire says. Clouds have definitely thickened up, and it's gotten a little chilly here. Swip looks in, checks on his runner Jones at second base, and brings the next one home, swinging another foul ball. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes to Newmeyer. Tommy Kramkowski waits on deck. And Swip brings home the next pitch. That one gets away, and on his way to third base is going to be Jalen Jones on the wild pitch. So the go-ahead run, 90 feet away. And Reed Newmeyer looking for RBI number 28. Swip pitches. Swinging a bouncing ball, slow roller. It's going to go to Bovenet. He underhands the Swip, and not in time. Run scores. And the Lancers take a lead.
Pitcher number 22, Tommy Kramkowski.
Four to 3, Lancers lead now. Here's Tommy Kramkowski. Singled in a run in the third inning and popped up in foul territory to Bovenet down at first base. Back in the first. Pitch and a bouncing ball gobbled up by Grant Darden. He'll toss over to second for the out. And the play goes 6-4 for out number 3 as Kramkowski will ground into the force out. We head now to the home half of the fourth. Collinsville coming to the plate now, trailing in this one by a score of 4-3. We're back to tell you all about the home half of the fourth in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Want to catch some of the best live music in Collinsville from a band of all Collinsville area residents? Look no further than Sonically Pleasing. Sonically Pleasing with former Kahok Logan Carlisle, his dad Tim, along with Caleb Tanzius, play some of the best rock and roll hits from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. You can catch Sonically Pleasing at some of the area's finest venues, as well as book Sonically Pleasing for your private event or party. To put some music in your life, it's Sonically Pleasing. Check out Sonically Pleasing's Facebook page for upcoming live show dates and to book them for your special event or to call to book that event at 618-401-0052. Pleasing live rock music for your ears. Sonically Pleasing, 618-401-0052. All right, we have a new pitcher. That would be Reed Newmeyer. He'll come in from left field, and Logan Faust will go out to take his place. And Newmeyer making his 12th appearance. He has 6 starts previous to this. He has 1 complete game. He is 4-3 is his record, a 3.68 earned run average, and he has struck out 26 while walking 15. So he'll get a couple of extra warm-up throws here, and then he will face the bottom part of the order for Collinsville. Lucas Owen due up. Henry Sterneman, and then Will Swip in the hole. Grant Darden will get a chance to bat here if anyone can get on.
Second baseman number 14, Lucas Owen.
Owen walked, and his only other at bat was stranded at third. And the lefty Newmeyer pitches one into the dirt. Back to the screen it goes. Newmeyer, next delivery. A little low and outside. 2-0. And the next delivery, swinging a little number down the first base side. The grass slows it down. And Newmeyer caught up with it anyway and underhands it over to Kagas for out number 1.
Third baseman number 17, Henry Sterneman.
There's Henry Sterneman. Sterneman singled in a run in his only at bat. And he's up there with nobody on and 1 away, and that one bounces in the dirt. 1-0 the count. Will Swip waits on deck. And the next delivery from Newmeyer, another little slow roller down the first base side. This one's going to be taken by Kagas by himself, so 1 unassisted for out number 2. And that'll bring up Will Swip, who struck out in his only at bat thus far.
Pitcher number 55, Will Swip.
This is not May weather, man. I'm ready for warmth, and we're getting like beginning of April weather here. That one's in the dirt as well. Newmeyer struggling just a bit here with his control, but he has 2 outs already. Swinging a line drive right to the second baseman, Luke Monroe. That was a very fast 1-2-3 inning, so we will now head to the top of the 5th inning, and it is 4-2 in favor of the Lancers. Back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Back here at Fletcher Field at Woodland Park in Collinsville. My name is Todd Duke. Glad that you are with us here for this home finale for Collinsville, Southwestern Conference finale as well. And it comes with a bit of a heavy heart as we had a couple of players being taken away by ambulance after they collided out in shallow left center field. And Braden Henson and Luke Robinson. And now we move things to the top of the 5th inning. Middle of the order, Caden Kagas, Grady Davis, and Gabe Koshecki will all bat here in this inning against Will Swip. There's the pitch. Kagas has walked and was hit by a pitch. He was stranded both times. And a big swing and a miss there. And the next delivery to Kagas is down a little low. 2-1 the count to the Lancers first baseman. And the next from Swip. Inside, ball 3. And the 3-1 pitch, swinging a high fly ball. That's got gap written all over it. That one is going to bounce up against the base of the fence. And on his way to second base is Kagas with a stand-up double. 8th base hit of the afternoon for Belleville East.
Shortstop number 12, Grady.
There's Grady Davis. Davis is 0 for 2 on the day with a fly out and a strikeout. Got caught looking at called strike 3 in the 3rd inning. Swip checks on his runner and brings the pitch home. Just missed. Swip once again works from the stretch and delivers up high. Ball 2. Very overcast now. Gray skies. Here's a pitch and a foul ball down the third base side. Up against the fence in front of the Kahawks dugout. 2-1 the count to Grady Davis. Gabe Koshecki waits on deck. Swip from the stretch once again. Brings it home. Swinging a high fly ball. Carson Perrell in center field will back up and make the catch. Runner tags from second to third and will be in there safely. One away, runner at third.
Third baseman number 1, Gabe Koshecki.
And Gabe Koshecki will step up to the plate. Koshecki has singled and grounded out. Players move in for the play at the plate. And that one, a nice stop back there by Tillman. Collinsville trails by a run. They're trying to keep it that way. One out, runner at third. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Koshecki with a hefty swing there. Swip brings the next one home, and that one's inside. 2-1 the count to the Lancers' third baseman, Gabe Koshecki. Catcher Brady Lindeman waits on deck. Here's the pitch from Swip. Swinging a shot down between third and shortstop. That's going to score another run. And the Lancers increase their lead to 5-3 on an RBI single by Koshecki. There's the sunshine. Now we're going to have a defensive replacement. As Jaden Frierson comes in to play second base.
Replacement for Collinsville, second base, Jaden Frierson. Now batting for Belleville East. Catcher number 10, Brody Lindeman.
I believe that Lucas Owen is going to go down into the bullpen and warm up. So here is Brody Lindeman, grounded into a 1-4-3 double play in the second inning and doubled and scored. And that one's going to be eaten up there by Grant Darden. Got the ball in his glove and then thought it popped out, spun around, and by the time he spun around and realized the ball was still in his glove, he had to eat it. So runners on at first and second with one out.
Right fielder number 28, Nasir Ferris.
Nasir Ferris due up. He's 0 for 2 with a pop-up and a line out. We have a courtesy runner at first base, but I never did see his number when he ran out there, and they don't have the numbers on the fronts of their jerseys for Belleville East, so I don't think it's Faust now that Faust is in the game defensively. And if we ever get a look at his number, we'll let you know. Swip wants to go over the signs once again. And the pitch, swinging a bouncer to third base, and Sterneman races to the bag and gets the force out. That's out number 2. Ferris reaches on the fielder's choice.
Number 4, Luke Monroe.
And that'll bring up Luke Monroe. Monroe has reached on an error and scored, plus he has an RBI single in that 2-run fourth inning. And the pitch, and that one's foul off the bat of Monroe. Jalen Jones waits on deck. One more run home here. 5-3. Collinsville got all 3 of their runs in the first inning. 2 runs in the third, 2 runs in the fourth, and now a run here in the fifth for Belleville East. Swip takes a long look inside, checks on his runner at second, and brings the next pitch home. That one's inside. Two and one the count to Luke Monroe. And the next pitch from Swip. High, 3-1. Runners on first and second, 2 away. Swip looks into Tillman once again. Has his sign, brings it home, and that one hits the outside corner, so a full count to Luke Monroe. One more strike, Collinsville can get out of this inning with just the 1 run scored. And the pitch, swinging a foul ball down the third base side. So we'll do it all over again. Swip, he's ready to go. And the pitch in the dirt. He walked him, bases loaded. Second walk issued by Swip here in this game. And here is Jalen Jones. Jones has back-to-back singles in the third and the fourth. Came around to score on both of them. A couple of stolen bases as well. And now we're going to have a pitching change. Collinsville is going to bring in Lucas Owen to pitch, and we'll take a commercial break and tell you all about Lucas's numbers when we come back from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter
of KHOKSports.com and the KHOK Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the KHOK Sports Network and KHOKSports.com.
Lucas Owen comes in to pitch. Couple of defensive replacements as Roman Pomerantz will come in from left field to play second base, and Will Swip will stay in the game and go out and man the duties in left field. And Jalen Jones coming up to bat. Lucas Owen on the year. This is his 11th appearance. He has 3 starts prior. He has a 1-1 record with a 4.40 earned run average, and he struck out 16 while walking 12. Bases are loaded. 2 away, so he just needs to come in and get this one out and let Collinsville go back up to the plate and see what they can do. That one's outside. Ball 1. All 3 runners out there belong to Will Swip, though. As Owen checks on the runners and brings the next pitch home, and that one is outside as well. Wasn't too far off the plate, but 2-0 the count to Jones. Nowhere to put him. Reed Newmeyer, the leadoff batter, is on deck. I want to save him for the next half inning. Next pitch on the way, and that one does hit the outside corner. 2-1 to Jones. Singled in the third, singled in the fourth. Came around to score both times. Owen, he's ready, and here's the pitch. That one also hits the outside corner, so we go from 2-0 to 2-2. Long look in by Owen. He's ready to go. Checks on the runner at second, brings it home, and that one's just a little bit too low, full count. And Jones has not taken the bat off of his shoulder yet. Owen, ready with the payoff pitch. Here comes the 3-2. Inside, he walked him. That's going to force home a run and give Jones an RBI.
Pitcher number 9, Reed Newmeyer.
Here is Newmeyer. Started off playing left field. Now he's the pitcher. Newmeyer. An RBI double in his last at bat. Other than that, a pop up and a fly out. And here's a high fly ball to center field. Carson Perrell is going to have to let it bounce in front of him. 2 runners score. Throw comes into third and bounces away. And another runner is going to come in, and 3 more runs will come across the plate here for Belleville East. I don't know what happened over there now. Was somebody standing over there and got hit by the throw? No. I guess Sternman kind of ran into the fence over there, but he comes out okay.
Designated hitter number 22, Tommy Kronkowski.
So a RBI single, 2 RBI single actually, and then the third run came home on the throw. And here is Tommy Krankowski. He is the 9th batter to bat here in this inning for Belleville East. Krankowski reached on a fielder's choice, singled in a run, and popped up in foul territory to Adam Bovenet. And a pitch inside. 9 runs across now for Belleville East after Collinsville took a 3-0 lead. 5 runs here in this inning as Owen turns around and does everything but make the throw to second base. 2 away. And the pitch is just a little bit, well, I guess they did call it a strike. That bases loaded walk hurt. And it kept the inning going. Owen is ready with another delivery. And here it comes, swinging a base hit. Will Squip comes up with it, gets it in quickly, so that'll just keep the runner at third base, and we'll have runners at the corners. And the 10th man to bat here in this inning will come to the plate.
First baseman number 23, Caden Kagas.
That'll bring up Kagas. Kagas has walked, been hit by a pitch, and doubled and scored in this inning. Matter of fact, he led off this inning with a double, then came around to score. Owen is ready with another delivery. Here it is, and that one is in there for a strike. Runner goes. And now they got him held up, but a runner's going to come across and score anyway. Now he's in the rundown. Now he'll be tagged out, and that will end the inning. But not before Newmeyer comes around to score another run to give the Lancers a 10-3 lead as we now head to the home half of the 5th. We're back to tell you all about the home half in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420.
Well, the Kahoks have their work cut out for them. A 6-run top of the 5th inning by Belleville East has blossomed this game to a 10-3 advantage for the Lancers as Reed Newmeyer goes back out onto the mound for another inning of work. And Grant Darden will lead things off here for Collinsville to be Darden, and back to the top of the order and Carter Harrington. And then Roman Pomerantz. Outside corner, called strike. Darden, and his only at bat, flew out to the left fielder. At that time was Newmeyer. Now it is Logan Faust. And the next pitch on the way to Darden. Just misses. 2-1 the count to the Kahawk shortstop. And a swing and a chance for the other shortstop, Grady Davis. He bobbles the ball, though, and the throw is not going to be in time. And Darden will reach on the error. First error committed here this afternoon by Belleville East. And Collinsville has their leadoff guy on. And back to the top of the order in Carter Harrington. Lady Kahawks lost their softball game against Edwardsville 10-0. So their regular season is over. They will take on Belleville East Tuesday in the Class 4A regional semifinal at Belleville West. We'll have that game for you right here on the Kahawk Sports Network. Swinging a miss by Harrington, doubled and scored in his first at bat when Collinsville scored 3 times in the first. Got caught looking at a third strike in the second inning. So 1 for 2 on the afternoon for Harrington. And the pitch, high fly ball. Center fielder Jalen Jones is camped underneath it, and he has it for out number 1. Darden, by the way, has stolen 5 bases on the year. And here is Roman Pomerantz, his first at bat after coming in after the 2 outfielders were injured. Pomerantz comes in batting .275 with a couple of runs batted in. And the pitch hits the outside corner for a called strike. And the next delivery, bunt, and a good one. Will be bobbled a little bit. Throw over to first base is in time. And down to second base goes Darden. So Pomerantz with a sacrifice bunt. We'll move Darden down to second base. But there are 2 away. And Adam Bovinette will come up to the plate. With a runner in scoring position, Bovinette doubled in Carter Harrington in that 3-run first inning. Came around to score himself a little bit later and struck out in the third. And the pitch to Bovinette. In there for a called strike. And the next delivery to the Kahawk first baseman is on the outside corner, so 1-1 the count to Adam. And the pitch from Newmeyer on the way, swinging a high fly ball. On the move is Faust, and he'll have it to end the inning. Collinsville strands a runner. We will now head to the top half of the 6th inning. 10-3 in favor of the Lancers, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Looking for something to get your high school student involved in? Maybe joining the Collinsville Kahawk Trap Team is that something. Created in 2017, the Collinsville Kahawk Trap Team has joined a long line of area schools in one of the fastest growing and safest sports in the country. Trap shooting is a fun, team-oriented outdoor sport that offers friendship, competition, and teamwork, all in a safe and fun environment that encourages students to be part of a team in which they will learn valuable skills and are encouraged to engage in community involvement through volunteering and mentoring. If Collinsville Trap sounds like something your student would be interested in, call Collinsville Trap at 618-795-9893 or visit Collinsville Kahawk Trap on Facebook.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations, and now in Marissa, St. Laborie, and New Athens for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs with super low closing costs and low construction loan rates. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Caden Kagas, what's going on? You didn't tell me anything. Renzer Hartman is at first.
First baseman Caden Kagas.
Kagas was up to the plate when the stolen base turned into another run scored and then an out. And now a fly out to Swartz out in left right field. Now Grady Davis is coming up. Renzer Hartman at first base. There's a high fly ball. On the move is Carson Perrell, and he's there for out number 2. Quickly 2 away here in this 6th inning.
Third baseman number 1, Gabe Kushecki.
Apparently Balvanette went down to the bullpen to warm up. Can't see the bullpen. It's behind fence and signage. Here is Kushecki. Kushecki flies one out, and that one is going to be a one-hopper in front of Will Swip. And the 14th base hit of the afternoon for Belleville East.
Catcher number 10, Brody Lindemann.
And here is Brody Lindemann. I was getting ready to tell you what Kushecki has done this afternoon, but I don't have a chance to do that. Lindemann has a single, a double, 2 runs scored, and he grounded into a double play. 2 away in the inning. We don't need a double play. We just need 1. As that one is a little low and outside from Lucas Owen. So Renzer Hartman in at first base now. And Owen looks over his left shoulder to check on his runner and now brings it home. Swinging a pop fly. This is into the outfield. On the move, and Perrell will make the catch for out number 3. So quickly we move things along to the bottom of the 6th inning. We're back to tell you all about the home half of the 6th after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Caseyville VFW Post 1117 Auxiliary supports the VFW with post projects and fundraiser events. The Caseyville VFW Auxiliary also provides donations and sponsorship for Veterans in Need, Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis, the Caseyville Food Pantry, outreach programs, summer lunches for students in the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and now the Kahok Sports Network. Plus, sponsoring CHS programs like band, theater, and sports. If you would like to provide support or join the Caseyville VFW Auxiliary, contact the Caseyville VFW Post 1117 at 618-344-9878. Is it finally time to start doing what you've been talking about doing for years? Start making those plans right now and let Northwestern Mutual help you plan your future. Former Kahok Joe Philpott can help you get started with that plan today. Joel Philpott, a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual, can help build a plan specifically for you with a wide range of financial options and the flexibility to change that plan as your priorities change. To get started on your future, give Joel Philpott a call today at Northwestern Mutual's Fairview Heights office at 618-606-2022. Spend your life living with Northwestern Mutual. Call Joel Philpott today, 618-606-2022.
Back here at Fletcher Field, Todd Duke with you. 10 runs across the plate for Belleville East here, 10-3. Collinsville got all 3 of theirs in the first inning. Belleville East put up 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 6 in the fifth.
Right fielder number 50, Cal Schwartz.
And here is Cal Swartz getting his first at bat of this game. Pop fly, first baseman, second baseman, all calling for it, and the second baseman calls off the first baseman, Kagas, so Monroe takes it for out number 1. And that'll bring up Carson Perrell. I swear, man, every time I do these games anymore, my scorebook looks like a 5-year-old with a crayon got a hold of it. There's a high fly ball out to center field, and Jones didn't have to go back but about 3 steps to take that one in. 2 away here. Here is Lucas Owen, who is now the pitcher. Started off the day at second base. Newmeyer back out for another inning of work. This will be his 3rd inning of work. High and outside. And the next pitch from the lefty on the way. And that one is on the outside corner for a called strike. Owen has walked and grounded out in this game. Next pitch, outside. 2-1, the count to Lucas Owen. And a high pitch. Sterneman waits on deck. Will he get to bat this inning? That's up to Owen. Here's the next from Newmeyer. In there for a called strike. Full count now to Lucas Owen. Next pitch from Newmeyer. Outside, he walked him. First walk issued by Newmeyer. Kramkowski had one while he was in there. He struck out 5 while he was out there.
Baseman number 17, Henry Sterneman.
Henry Sterneman will come up to the plate while Tyler Huntebrinker will come in and do the running now for Lucas Owen since he is the pitcher of record.
Number 7, Tyler Huntebrinker.
Sterneman, 1 for 2 on the afternoon, singled in a run in that 3-run first inning for the Kahawks. And the pitch to Sterneman, low and outside, called strike though. Home plate umpire, not very vocal. I never hear him call a strike. I can only see him put up that partial right hand because I'm off to the left side of him, so I can't really see the right hand too much. Will Swip waits on deck. Runner at first base. And the pitch is outside. Huntebrinker down at first base. Running for Lucas Owen. Sterneman looking for something to drive here. And the pitch. Called strike. Fastball pop. 2-2 the count. Newmeyer checks and ready to pitch, and that one's a little low, full count. We lost Lucas Owen on a full count. Sterneman now up there with a full count. Newmeyer pitches. Up the middle it goes, and that's going to be a base hit. First and second with 2 away. That's the first base hit for Collinsville since they strung together 4 of them in the first inning.
Left fielder number 55, Will.
Here is Will Swip, 0 for 2 on the afternoon with a strikeout and a line out. Lined out to the second baseman Luke Monroe in his last at bat. Runners on first and second, 2 away. A little 2-out magic going on here in the bottom of the 6th. Swinging a high fly ball. On the move is Jones out in center field. He's not going to get there. And here comes Huntebrinker. He's going to come in and score. They're waving around Sterneman. He's going to come in and score as well. And Will Swip with a 2 RBI double. That's a little 2-out magic I was talking about. 10-5. Still an uphill battle to go here, but that definitely helps. And we're going to have a timeout while Belleville East will go talk about things out on the mound. You know what Belleville East is talking about and let these guys climb back into it. Well, it just went from 10-3 to 10-5. Grant Darden is due up next. Darden 0 for 1, reached on an error back in the 5th and flew out to Ferris out in left field, Newmeyer out in left field at the time. So Darden 0 for 1. Got a runner at second base, 2 away. And a line drive off of the glove of the third baseman, Koshecki. And I'm going to count that as a base hit. That was a rocket shot off of the glove. And that puts runners at first and third. And back to the top of the order, and Carter Harrington. Harrington doubled and scored in the first. 0 for 2 since then with a fly out and a strikeout. Runners on the corners, 2 away. Here's the pitch to Harrington. Low one outside, ball 1. Harrington, 7th man to bat here in this inning for Collinsville. And the pitch, swing and a miss. 1-1. Will Swift was about halfway down the third baseline on that pitch. Newmeyer from the stretch. Checks his runner at first, brings it home, bunt, and that goes straight back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count now to Carter Harrington. Trying to fool everybody and get a bunt base hit, but he's let the cat out of the bag now. He won't be doing that. Newmeyer checks, kicks, and pitches. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Carter Harrington for the final out of the 6th inning, but Collinsville picks up a couple of key runs in the inning, and we will now head to the top of the 7th inning with Belleville East up by a score of 10-5.
Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahok Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010.
Nasir Ferris will lead things off. It'll be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters here for Belleville East. Ferris, Monroe, and Jones facing Lucas Owen. Collinsville trailing by 5. And only 3 more outs to play with for the Kahawks. There's a swing and a foul ball. At least I think it was a foul ball. Either that or it bounced off of Tillman. Next from Owen on the way. Swinging a shot right over the shortstop, Darden's glove. And the leadoff man is on here for Belleville East with their 15th hit of this game. And here is Luke Monroe. Are we going to have our runner? We are. Adam Smith will come in and run for Ferris.
Adam Smith.
It is just downright chilly. I don't like it. I'm over chilly weather. I had to break out a sweatshirt. Second day in a row, I had to dig back into my winter clothes. Owen works from the stretch and pitches, and a bunt foul off of the bat of Luke Monroe. Monroe has reached on an error, walked, got an RBI single in there as well, and he scored 2 runs this afternoon. Owen from the stretch brings the next pitch home and still squaring around the bunt. There's a snap throw, and that one's going to get away from the first baseman, but not far enough for Smith to advance. Well, we're back ready to go with the next delivery, and here it comes. And a bunt straight into the pitcher's area, and the throw over there by Owen is in time for the out. But Monroe does his job, getting Smith down to second base. 1-3 on the out. And here is Jalen Jones, the center fielder. He has reached base all 3 times, and he has scored all 3 times as well with 2 hits and a walk. Both hits were singles. It would be imperative to keep this kid off the base paths. 1 out, runner at second. We're in the top of the 7th. 10-5 in favor of the Lancers. That one hits the outside corner for a called strike. Back to the top of the order in Newmeyer. He waits on deck. Owen checks on the runner at second, brings the pitch home, and a scorcher foul down the third base side. These 2 teams play each other Wednesday afternoon in a regional semifinal playoff game at O'Fallon. Scheduled for a 4 p.m. start for that one. We'll be bringing that one to you from O'Fallon. 3:30 pregame coverage. Lucas Owen, he's ready, and the pitch is high and outside. Ball 2. Two and 2. Owen, he's ready with another delivery, and it's on the way. That one gets away from the catcher, and Tillman has no idea where it is. He'll run out and get it. Runner will advance to third on the wild pitch. And another runner 90 feet away from home plate for Belleville East. And it's a full count to Jones. Next from Owen. Outside corner called strike 3. Down goes Jones for the first time here this afternoon. 2 away.
Pitcher number 9, Reed.
And back to the top of the order and Reed Newmeyer. Newmeyer has had 4 at-bats. Went 0 for 2 in his first couple with a pop-up and a fly-out. Doubled and knocked in a run in the 4th inning, and then singled and knocked in 2 more runs, then scored his own in that 6-run 5th. Another RBI opportunity for the lefty. Swinging a roller out to second base, gobbled up there by Pomerantz, and in time for the out. We will head to the home bottom half of the 7th inning, and Collinsville down by 5 runs. 3 more outs to change that. We will tell you all about it when we come back from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224.
Well, Brody Lindemann is going to come in to pitch. He was the catcher, and we have no idea who the new catcher is because his catcher's gear is covering up his number. It's either a 0 or an 8, I think. Well, I guess at this point it doesn't really matter anyway. So Brody Lindemann is making his 7th appearance. He is 0-1 on the year with a 6.30 earned run average. He has struck out 9 while walking 5. And he will face Roman Pomerantz to lead things off. Roman had one at bat earlier when he came in as a defensive replacement for the hurt outfielders. And a high fly ball, first pitch swinging. Faust is underneath it. He has to wait for a while for it to come down, and he does. And there's a 1 pitch, and that equals a 1 out.
Next to the Kahawks.
There's Adam Bovenet. And Bovenet is 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Doubled in a run and scored himself in the first inning, and then since then struck out and foul out, as that one is fouled out of play. I think that almost hit a bird on the way out of here. My washer partner almost hit a bird with his washer last night. Swinging a high fly ball. That's out in a tricky area, but making the run is Ferris, and he comes in and makes the catch for out number 2. So it is going to be up to Cal Swartz to get things going. Swartz popped up to the second baseman Monroe in his only at bat. He came in for the other injured outfielder. Kind of left a dampened spirit here at the ballpark when our two outfielders collided, and 24-minute delay. Both of them were taken away by ambulance as their heads collided. But they were both alert on their way out. So that's an encouraging sign. Swartz trying not to make the third out here in this inning and extend it to Carson Perrell, who waits on deck. The next pitch from Lindemann is a little low. Full count to Cal Swartz. And a high fly ball on the move once again is Ferris, and he's there, and this game is over. 3 straight flyouts here in this 7th inning. Ends things. And a 10-5 final for Belleville East will take us to our post-game show, brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an Invisired lipolaser machine. The Invisired machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The Invisired technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we would be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that Invisired offers.
Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an Invisired lipolaser machine. The Invisired machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The Invisired technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we would be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that Invisired offers.
Welcome me back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. The Lancers of Belleville East win this game by a final score of 10-5. 10 runs on 15 hits. Lancers committed 1 error while leaving 5 base runners on base. Collinsville got 5 runs on 7 hits, and the same thing in the other category for them, 1 error and 5 runs. And heavy hearts over the ballpark as the Kahawks lost a couple of outfielders after they collided. Braden Henson and Luke Robinson were both taken away by ambulance as they collided and appeared to have knocked heads together out there. And they were out there as we had a delay of about 24 minutes due to that. And the players are all meeting out down by the third baseline and all in a little prayer huddle out there and thinking of their teammates. And that kind of put a damper on the game, but everybody decided to keep on playing after that. And a 6-run 5th inning after that 4th inning collision by Belleville East really put the game away. The fourth inning, when all that stuff happened, a run scored after the collision of our two outfielders, and Belleville East took a 4-3 lead. But then they put 6 runs across the plate in the fifth inning, and that ended up giving them their final run of the game. And Collinsville, they scored 3 times in the first and then 2 more in the sixth for their 5 runs. And that's how it ends, by a final score of 10-5. And our regular season here on the Kahok Sports Network has come to a close. Baseball team, they are supposed to go to Marion on Saturday and play. It all depends on Mother Nature. And Belleville East, they have a game Monday against Highland that they're supposed to play before their postseason run begins. But that's next up for us. All postseason next week. We have volleyball playoffs for you on Monday, softball playoffs on Tuesday, and baseball playoffs on Wednesday. So Monday will be our next time with you. We'll be at Belleville East High School as Collinsville and Alton hook up for the first round of regionals in boys volleyball. And then, as I mentioned, we'll have softball playoffs for you Tuesday and baseball on Wednesday. Big thank you to Matt Pomerantz joining me in the pregame show. My name is Todd Duke, and until Monday, everybody have yourselves a fantastic rest of your Thursday and have a very safe and happy Memorial Day weekend.